What's up? I'm Kelly Shanley. I'm a stand-up comic, and I am here to answer some questions about being a stand-up comic. I live in Los Angeles. I've been doing comedy since 2015. I get asked a lot of questions, like a lot of questions. I think it's just a weird job to have, and people are curious. I thought, why don't I just answer these questions in video form and throw them up on YouTube? People might be into it. Leave me some comments or a question that you have. If you're curious about it because you want to be a stand-up comedian, maybe you're dating a stand-up comedian, or maybe you're just curious because you like to watch stand-up comedy and you're like, how does it all come together? Subscribe to my channel and maybe you can find out more about it. I'm gonna start with the number one question that I get asked about being a stand-up comic. I moved to LA to be an actor first. I'm still an actor, but once I started doing stand-up, when I met people and started saying, oh, I'm a stand-up comedian, the deference and respect with which I got treated, I should have been identifying as a stand-up comedian this whole time. Because when you meet someone and they're like, oh, I'm Kelly, and they're like, what do you do? And you're like, I'm a stand-up comic. They're like, oh my God, really? I could never do that. Oh, you're a heart surgeon and I could never do that. It's nice, but it's weird because when I identified as an actor, it went more like this. Hey, I'm Kelly. What do you do? I'm an actor. Oh, really? What have I seen you in? Nothing. That's seen the light of day. After the respect and deference greeting of, oh my God, you're a comic, the most common question that I get asked is, don't you get nervous up there? Let's think about this question. What are you asking? What am I about to do? I'm about to go up on stage in front of a room full of strangers most of the time. Occasionally, you'll have friends and family in the audience, but generally, room full of strangers. And I'm just gonna talk to these strangers. There's not much of a dialogue, at least we hope not. I'm gonna stand up on stage for anywhere between 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 60 minutes and hope to not only hold their attention, but also entertain them, and most importantly, make them laugh. It's a lot. Why do we do this to ourselves? If you can stand up on a stage in front of a room full of strangers and not get nervous at all, you might be a sociopath. Short answer, yes, I get nervous. Long answer, yeah, I get nervous, but it's the good kind of nervous. Like the giddy, excited, like this is gonna be fun kind of nervous. Like the kind of nervous you used to get when you were a kid at a slumber party. You're all gathered in the middle of the room or on your phone and you're about to prank call someone, and the person you picked them because their dad makes them answer the phone like, Smith residence, this is Annie speaking, so you know you're gonna get the right person when you prank call them. It's that kind of nervous. Gen Z's not gonna get that reference. Prank calling, I think, might be lost on you guys, but that's okay. I would compare it to adrenaline junkies or people who do extreme sports. When you're gearing up to do it, you're like, why am I doing this? This is not gonna go well. But then like the second you get up there and it's like time and it's your turn to go and you just like jump off that cliff and you're like, ah, this is awesome! That's my impression of base jumping. I've never actually done that. We all have our different kinds of adrenaline. It's that kind of nervous. A really fun thing that happens to me right before I go on stage is that my heart rate shoots up to like 130, which is pretty high for just sitting still. Generally, your resting heart rate is gonna be between 60 or 70 when you're just sitting on your butt. And then like working out, it's gonna be like 150 to 180. So jumping up to 130 when I'm just sitting on my butt, yeah, I'd say I'm a little nervous. People always say if you're nervous about something, it's because you care about it. If I'm about to go up on stage in front of strangers and try to make them laugh and I don't care about what I'm doing, why am I doing it? How do I deal with my nerves? You just channel it. They come on so suddenly and so last second. Like if I know the lineup, which is the order in which the comedians will appear, lineup, when the person before me is going and I know that I'm next, that's when it kicks in. I'm not nervous the whole day or like the whole show, but it's right before I go up. And that's when all the self-doubt comes in and you're like, do I know my set? Is my set funny? Nobody here has been talking about what I've been talking about. Yeah, you get nervous, self-doubt creeps in, but you just have to trust yourself. Sometimes when I'm really nervous, it literally feels like, you know when you drive home and you get there and you don't remember how you got there and you're like, who drove me home? It's like that. I will just go into autopilot and I'm doing it and I'm hitting all my beats, all my jokes, all my transitions. I'm waiting, I'm listening, I'm taking in feedback. I'm doing all this stuff, but I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's comedy muscle memory. Sometimes I'll be almost at the end of my set and I'm like, did I skip something? And then I'll get the light and I'm like, no, that timing checks out. You get the light when you have 1 minute left. We'll do more on that later. So, Yes, you get nervous, but it's like anything else. You just deal with it and you embrace it and you use it and hope that it comes out as good energy. You just do the damn thing. If you liked my hot take on being a comedian and getting nervous, be sure to subscribe to my channel and then comment below other questions that you have about being a stand-up comic. Let me know what you want to know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on Comedy Questions with Kelly. This is the first time I'm doing this segment. I'm just calling it Comedy Questions with Kelly because of the alliteration, but I'm open to suggestions, so if you want to write them in the comments, please do. No need to write down, make me a sandwich, kill yourself, or women aren't funny. Those are probably not gonna make the cut as the name of this segment, so we can just skip right over those. Bye guys.